It's Thursday. Grab your coffee and get ready, kids. 7:40 in the morning. And we are live. Here we go. Grab your coffee and F death. Coffee cheers to you guys. Good morning to the Morning Coffee fam. It is a cool gray morning in Los Angeles, California, and it is a beautiful day to be alive. I hope you got a good night of sleep. I did. Today was much better in the sleep department. Don't know why, but last night slept really well, so good morning to you. I hope you had sweet dreams. You ever have one of those dreams where you wake up and you go, what is wrong with me? Like, what is wrong with my head? Was I dropped on my head as a child? You ever have one of those dreams where you wake up in the morning and you just go, If there was a way for people to record your dreams, I would go to jail. Based on what happened in my head last night, I would be arrested. I have those all the time. You ever have a waking dream? I got so used to having waking dreams in some periods of my life. A waking dream is when you're asleep, and all of a sudden inside the dream you realize you're in a dream, and you kind of wake up, you go, oh, I'm in a dream. And if you can stay in the dream, you can do whatever you want. And I have done that dozens, hundreds of times, where I realize I'm dreaming. A lot of times it'll be something like I'm in high school, and the teacher's yelling at me and I'm failing my classes and I don't have any money for lunch and I'm hiding out by my locker and I just want to get out of there and everything's crashing. And then in my mind I go, wait a minute, didn't I move to California? And then I'm out of it. I go, oh my goodness, my God, I'm in a dream. And so now I can do whatever I want. And so I'll do stuff like it gives you, you're like impenetrable. You walk through a grocery store, just grab stuff and eat it. If you want to break a window in a building, break a window in a building. The trick is sometimes in the dream you second guess yourself and you go, wait a minute, am I really dreaming? Because if not, I just broke the front window of this bank, or of this shoe store. I kicked in the front door, just for fun because I'm dreaming. What's funny is in my lucid dreams, my waking dreams, I eat. Sometimes I'll have lucid dreams where I'm eating piles of candy. And in my head, in the dream, I'm thinking, man, this isn't good for me. And then I think, I'm dreaming. I can eat all the candy I want. I can smash all the windows I want. I even have a trick for getting out of it. In the dreams, I will sometimes cause so much chaos. Steal a car, run it over a stop sign, run it into a building, pull back, jump into another car, basically like Grand Theft Auto. And just at the moment the police have me cornered and the car has crashed, and I've jumped in the back seat and I'm trying to make it hold out as long as possible. And right when the police come into the car, guns drawn, and they're like, now we've got you, I laugh at them and I go, watch this. You don't have me. They're like, what do you mean? And I shake my head real hard in the dream, left to right. And I wake up in bed with my head shaking. And I laugh and I go, got away again. I got away again. You didn't get me, coppers. I swear. I've done that so many times. And to be honest, I don't know if I've ever told anyone this, but when I got my last DUI, but this happened several times, I was sitting in the back of a police car. I remember sitting in the back of the police car, pretty drunk, going, oh God, my life is ruined. And then I thought, wait a minute, let me try this. And in the back of the police car, hands behind my back with handcuffs on, I'll go like this. Oh man, let me try it again. It's real. Oh no, it's real. I'm going to jail. I've never told anybody that, and I wouldn't have even thought of it if I hadn't started talking about dreams. But that's a funny story. Sitting in the back of a police car, hands behind your back, handcuffed, and you say, let me just see if maybe it's a waking dream. Let me shake my head. Doesn't work, and sometimes you have to deal with your consequences, and I've dealt with a lot. I've never pretended to be perfect on here or pretend to be someone I'm not. You guys know I'm basically half Oklahoma outlaw, and then I'm like half, what's the other side of my family, like artist, Mormon type, artistic type people. I'm like half and half. I'm artsy fartsy, and then I'm straight up Oklahoma outlaw. And at different times in my life, the Oklahoma outlaw was winning and damn near crashed and burned me into the ground. And then I have to let the other side take over for a while. The highs and the lows, man. Not that being an Oklahoma outlaw isn't fun. I mean, those are some of the best times I've ever had, when you just don't care about consequences. Jail seems to be on the horizon anyway, so why worry? But I like both sides. I like having split personalities. Speaking of split personalities, thank you guys for listening to the song I put up yesterday. Since 2019, I started putting out kind of folksy, psychedelic country music almost, and a little bit of, with some rock. And then all of a sudden I started putting out this spoken word hypnosis type brainwashing music. And people say, man, what's the deal with your music? Like, what genre are you in? And my current answer is that my music is genre fluid. I mean, if everything else can be fluid, why can't I have a different genre every time you hear a song from me? I mean, one of my favorite artists is Beck, and he comes out of left field all the time. He did Morning Phase, which was one of the most beautiful albums I've ever heard since like Dark Side of the Moon. But then he came straight out after that and did a pop dance record. I just love that. Or Mike Patton. Mike Patton's a guy, every project is a different genre. I don't mind when people switch it up. It's a soft morning. Let's see what you guys are up to. What's up, Mike? What's up, Bolo? What's up, Costi? What's up, Claudine? Looks like the GME news fiasco is over, and the stock price went from a high of about 500 to now it's trading at about $80. So that's been an interesting one to watch from last week to this week. But that's it. Playing a little guitar, talking to you guys, seeing what's up. Mike says, different genres. I am large. I contain multitudes. Yeah, why not? But you also have to kind of give it up for bands like AC/DC. Whether you like AC/DC or not, I didn't like them at all as a kid. But they've grown on me, and they have consistency. I mean, every AC/DC album, you know exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get Hell's Bells, and you're going to get whatever their big hits. You're going to get new versions of those songs. And someone said it might have been AC/DC. I heard a great quote. Who knows if it was really by them? This was a long time ago. And the quote that I heard was that AC/DC said, look, we laid down a blueprint for rock and roll 20, 30 years ago, and rock bands have been messing it up ever since. And I kind of laughed. Because every AC/DC song is basically the same. Just kind of the blues. You know exactly when to get. She was born you know that it's you know what you're going to get. Tool's another one. Tool put out one album, however many albums they have. Let's say they have 8 albums. They put out one album 8 times. And you know, if you love that riff, that's great. But if you're tired of hearing the riff, maybe you walk out of the concert. You can do it any way you want. Life is a choose your own adventure book. What's up, Jeff? Got one of my favorite affiliate offers back yesterday. They had to stop accepting orders for a while, but I just got it back. And today it's already showing signs of really good hope. So I'm feeling very hopeful this week that thing, or maybe even into next week, that I can get that one back on track. It's always fun. It's always terrible when you have a campaign running and you finally crack the code and it's doing really well, and then they call you and go, hey, we can't accept any more sales. You go, why? I just got it figured out. They go, they've run out of product, or they don't have any buyers, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then you have to pause it. Usually at the height, usually when it starts doing the best, that's when you get the call. I've gotten to where I expect it. I see the Skype thing come in, or I see the message pop up and I go, here we go, watch, it's gonna shut down. And they're like, hey, we have to pause for a while. So that happened when I had just figured this thing out and set up a path to destroy with it. And I got the call, had to pause it a few weeks ago, and then yesterday I got it back. So I'm hoping to light those candles up again. The problem is, sometimes when you pause like that and when you turn it back on, if it was doing really well before, you turn it back on and it never does the same again. That happened to me with one of the biggest trends in the history of affiliate marketing. There was this offer, which shall remain nameless, but it was an e-commerce offer, and it exploded. Like an affiliate manager got a hold of me and said, hey, check this out. I tried it. It was killing it. They ran out of product, stopped accepting orders for like 60 days, and then we were all able to get back on it, and it never worked the same again. I was making huge returns that first 2 weeks or whatever, and when it came back on, it just flailed and suffered and never really worked again. So if you get on something, get it while it's hot. Mike, affiliate question, why don't people use Google Analytics tracking? What's the downside? No, the downside is I can't track what I need to track with Google Analytics. I don't care so much. Like for me, Google Analytics is great for my blog because I can see who visited, who over time, like is traffic increasing or not increasing. But for me, I use a tracking system called Volume. What Volume does is it shows me the exact ads they clicked on, the city they live in, the operating system that they have, the version of the browser that they're using, everything about them, the keyword that they typed, the ad that they clicked, the landing page that they liked. It's a different statistical possibility with something like Volume compared to Google Analytics. Now, Google Analytics. I would say there are some people that use Google Analytics to track their affiliate campaigns, but I don't know anyone that does. I don't know anyone. I don't know a single person that does. It's free, so if you can figure out how to track your campaigns using it, use it. To be honest, I know affiliates who run with no tracking. They call it free balling. They just run the traffic, usually a direct link, and it either makes money or it doesn't. So it actually simplifies things, and I've done it before. When they were having trouble tracking an offer, I would just remove the tracking completely and just go straight from the ad to the offer. And then the only statistic I looked at is, did it make more money than it spent? And if it did, great. If it didn't, next. It's kind of it's a fun way to do it. But the statistics are fun too. The statistics are one of the things that I'm hooked on. Like the addiction for me is looking at the stats and digging through and finding the green parts. That's the addiction and the obsession for me. Mr. ER says mad society. That's right. Kostya, Malan, have you heard about Hyro's tracking? Never heard of it. There's a lot of tracking things out there. Mike says, thanks, man. Really appreciate the detailed response. You are welcome, sir. Thank you for the question. That will be $10 for the super chat. Hope everybody's having a great day, man. I am going to get on my way. Thanks for tuning in. Just a brief hangout. Look, man, it's, what is today? Thursday? What else are you going to do? Get on camera, talk a little smack, play a little guitar, answer a few questions, talk about your crazy dreams, and then head out on your way. I'm off to Monster Rain cheers after this last coffee cheers. I wish you guys could see the sad state of affairs happening here. My last sip of coffee. But it's Thursday. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Malan Darras Show. We have no agenda. We have our morning coffee. We talk a little smack. Sometimes we give advice. Sometimes we answer questions. And sometimes we just play the guitar and film squirrels. Thank you for tuning in. I love you. Have a great Thursday. It's a beautiful Thursday to be alive. And we're alive today. Malan, you have an awesome day, man. Thank you, Kostya. No tracking seems like a nightmare. I'm telling you, Mike, when it works, it's a dream. Two numbers to worry about, money in, money out. Those are really the only two numbers anyway, remember. CTR, all these fancy statistics and whatever don't matter. It's money in versus money out. And speaking of money out, I'm cashing out of this episode. Thank you for the hearts. I don't know who's pushing those hearts, but they're going heavy duty. I wonder if the hearts do anything on Instagram. Like on Periscope, they used to keep track of them. You try to get like 1 million hearts or whatever. But whatever. Have a great day. Bam. Coffee cheers on the way out. And as always, I will see you in the future.